Yo, dudes, Warren here. We are about to live stream the Miami Dolphins taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, I'm bald. So what? Yeah, I decided to shave my head over the weekend, and this is the third time this year that I've done it. And um, I really don't like hair in terms of having to take care of it so often, and especially having to pay for haircuts too often. So the longer I go without a haircut and having to spend money on it, because haircuts are expensive these days, the better. So yeah, I shaved my head. I also got something that I ordered recently on Amazon. It's for running at night, and that way you can be seen in the dark with headlights and that sort of thing. And I've been meaning to try to get back into running, and I think I'm going to start that here really soon. Unfortunately, that's going to mean that I'm going to have to cut down a little bit on my NFL content because I might just start turning this into a personal blog and not so much a sports YouTube page for things like that, things outside of my life. But I guess we'll figure that out and we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. For now, let me try to set up NFL Plus on my tablet. See where this game is going to be. We know it's on NBC Peacock. And yeah, I've had a really up and down weekend, and I'm feeling very zen, I think, tonight. And I know the Lions have had one of the worst losses that they've had in a while. And yeah, I was disappointed by it. But during a big part of the Broncos and Packers game, which is the next thing I decided to watch on my own, I actually skipped a lot of it. And I just went out and went for a drive in some scenic parks where there was a bunch of leaves changing colors. And that did the trick for me. And I just took a bunch of selfies in front of some colorful trees. And I just enjoyed nature. And that was a big part of how I would have quickly gotten over that. I mean, hopefully the Lions will do better. And I knew they weren't going to beat the Ravens. But, oh, wow. I'm just turning into the game. It looks like somebody's already injured. Or no, those are just highlights. Yep, this is the one I want, not the Spanish one. Pro tip, if you're watching this on the NFL Plus app, on the bottom section of it, you see like certain categories like home and then NFL Plus. To navigate to the games that you want to, do not press on the NFL Plus part of it. Instead, press on the home part of it, and it should show the results that you want in the games that you want to watch, or red zone, for instance. The reason why that's important is because if you try to watch it on the NFL Plus tab that you press on, then on the side, there's like a side tab full of other games and other options to watch, and it won't go away while you're trying to watch the game, and it'll cover like a third of your screen. So, but it won't do that if you're watching it like from the home tab, and the games will be available on there. So, I just realized I don't have any headphones or anything set up, and that is my bad. I'll be right back. Jalen was very supportive despite going from college starter to backup. The two did not meet in pregame warm-ups. Jalen saying he's never talked to an opposing quarterback before a game, and that wouldn't change tonight. So Tua said, I guess. There we go. There we go. As soon as I took the ear pods out of the case, then the volume probably went away for you guys. They're showing the head coaches, Nick Sirianni and Mike McDaniel. I don't think I've watched the Eagles play yet this year, so long overdue. Long overdue. Looking forward to seeing their kicker, Elliott, do some damage. Oh, yeah, these armbands came with it, so. Got my green tea here because I try to eat healthy and drink healthy whenever I can. All in all, I've had a pretty good weekend. I do work weekends, but I have a lot of fun doing it, and I really get along with the coworkers I have there. They're really nice, and and just like my regular weekday job, and that's really fun there too. So um, while shaving my head, I did watch a Jim Carrey movie called Yes Man. That's kind of the movie I use to kind of try to motivate myself to, get back into the swing of things with my life and everything. Like, it's about a guy who's like down in the dumps. Like, he had an ex-wife he hasn't gotten over, and he just spends his time renting movies and watching them and neglecting his friends and his life and everything. And then he gets brought along to a cult where everybody has to say yes to every opportunity presented, and then he does that, and he changes his life that way. Ooh, DeAndre Swift, and he's wearing 0. Although to me, 0 has to have a slash in it for it to be a 0. Otherwise, it's an O. Yep, I'm filming in a different location, so I don't have a whiteboard behind me to use, but that's all right. If you're following along with the game, then you should probably know the score by now, and I'll keep updating it. 14-30 in the first quarter. Eagles get the ball first. Hurts in shotgun. Swift lined up behind him. Hands off to Swift again, going up the middle. Gains about 3 yards there. So, an interesting day in football today. I mean, I know the Lions got their lights knocked out, but the Packers also lost 2 in a crazy ending of the game, which started off boring, and that was partially the reason why I left the game to go out and kind of explore the outdoors a little bit, and then I came back and it was getting interesting. So, and then I can't remember what else happened at the moment. I think the Chiefs won. Another handoff to Swift. It was 3rd and 2, and I think he got the first down. And yes, apparently Taylor Swift is at another Chiefs game, hanging out with Patrick Mahomes' wife, who has their baby with them, and she's dressed in a Kansas City Chiefs sweater. And apparently they perfected a handshake for when things go well. So good for them. Ooh, Hurts first pass. It's complete and gain of to Devontae Smith, 7 yards, but there's a penalty flag. A penalty, a flag, the plague. Offside defense 94. C. Wilkins. And yes, with the Packers and Broncos game, I was aware of the GPS poll going on, which is why instead of previewing this game, I decided to do a preview of the Packers and Broncos game, but make it as ridiculous as possible by putting in the least relevant players to each team, like the long snappers and like the lowest graded PFF players on offense and defense. Oh, Swift gets a first down there, runs it through there. But I ran out of time at the end to say that I wanted the winner to be the tie, so I just wrote it in the caption. Oh, I didn't even put the head coaches in there. I just put the defensive coordinators because I knew both of those coordinators are annoying to their fans. So, yep. Hurts with a pass, and it looked like it was completed at first, but then he hot potatoed it out of the bounce. To number 6, a captain. Must be Devontae Smith, former Heisman winner. Oh, I think it got knocked out. Like, he caught it, brought it down, but then as he was getting tackled, it was getting knocked out, and he hot potatoed it. Anyway, 2nd and 10, ball on the 44-yard line. Hurts processing, check down to Swift, spins around, gains about 2 yards there. They're announcing the Dolphins' defense. Bradley Chubb. Eli Apple. I know those. Deshaun Ailey. I know 3 of those names. Can someone explain to me why everybody hates Eli Apple? What did he do with the Bengals to earn that hate? It's a beast. How you doing tonight? I just noticed you in the chat. Okay, 3rd and 8, pass complete, first down and more and he's still going. Now he's out of bounds. The Kelly Greens looking spicier than jalapenos. I have no idea what that reference is, but yes. Sure. But I've had a lot of moments of clarity this weekend, and Hurts passing complete again, first down and more, down to the 8-yard line. But even though I've been watching the football this weekend and still checking the stuff, I haven't really been thinking much about the football lately, just like about life and just enjoying fall. And I want to try to go on as many walks as possible. And so if that annoys you that where I'm talking about like life and personal hobbies instead of football as much, then I apologize. It's probably just a phase I'm going through. I'm sure things will be different a week from now. Hurts keeps it, and he's trying to get around the line. He get loss of one there. So, had to crack my neck there. Okay, thank you for the explanation. It's a beast. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I wouldn't bet against that. If you talk smack about everybody, then chances are people will tend to hate you. Almost like how a lot of people perceive Dallas Cowboys fans based on what I've seen, like Stephen A. Smith and on Clickbait Sports and that sort of stuff. It's kind of surreal to watch DeAndre Swift again. Oh, they're showing Vic Fangio, defense coordinator for the Dolphins. Anyways, I remember just watching Swift the last 3 seasons or so with the Lions, and a big part of the offense usually. And like last year, he was a big part of it for the first couple. Then he got injured, and then just kind of turned into like a rotational piece just because he couldn't stay healthy consistently, and he was dependent to be, that dynamic running back, which is what Jahmyr Gibbs is for them now. Hurts keeps it, runs it up the middle, and gain of 3 yards. That was 3rd and goal. As I said at the very first second I started this stream, yeah, I'm bald. What of it? At a job I had years ago, I had a supervisor who always wore a hat, and I finally saw him take it off, and I realized he was bald, and I had a look on my face, and I tried not to say anything, and he went like, "Yeah, I'm bald," and it was just the funniest thing. But so that quote stuck with me, and that's why I talk like that. They do a field goal, the kick is up, and it's good. Jake Elliott, 3-0 Eagles. Pretend that I wrote a 3 behind me. I forgot what I was talking about. I mean, I have a lot of subjects on my mind, but you would think I'd have a lot to say about the Ravens and Lions, but like things outside of my football life are like going so good, and there's a lot going on that like that's been most of my focus like tonight, and not so much that game, even though I did not think the Lions were going to beat the Ravens. I did not expect them to get blown out that much. And I think the home field advantage had a lot to do with it. Like it was so windy at that game that that Justin Tucker had to put the ball back on the tee like more than once, like during a kickoff. And Just a factor of things. Jared Goff historically has not been good at like playing in cold and windy areas, although he did really well last year and so far this year. And then the Baltimore Ravens new offensive coordinator, who I guess came from the Georgia Bulldogs college football from last year, like they have them like doing different things with their scheme. They're not a power run offense anymore, and Lamar Jackson seems more like a standard dual threat quarterback, and not just like a running back who just so happens to be a quarterback. And I think a lot of their plays revolved around the other team taking advantage of the fact that they're expecting Lamar Jackson to power run the ball, but nope, he's just going to pass it to somebody who's open after everybody cheats up to try to come up and tackle him. And then that pass catcher gets huge gains. And that happened all too often in this game. And Aaron Glenn, I almost said Anthony Lynn there, AG, he just got out schemed a lot by the Ravens there. And yeah, I don't think very many people, almost no one had a good game for the Lions on offense or defense. Even special teams on the punt return, like somebody was trying to like pull up and not run into the punter as he was waving a fair catch, but he did run into them anyway, and then got penalized for that. So it was one of those freak things. Jahmyr Gibbs got his first touchdown of his career, though. I think it was his first touchdown. But it was garbage time. So, and then the running back that they signed as an undrafted free agent, and then they cut after spring training or preseason, and then they brought him back for this game because we were light on running backs. Mohamed Ibrahim or whatever. I didn't see it because Fox cut the broadcast because the score was just too high at that point. But I did listen on the radio, and he apparently got carted off on some severe injury, and Campbell said in the press conference that he was getting surgery and he was going to stay there overnight. So thoughts and prayers with him. So that's unfortunate that you get signed back to bring back your team, and then your very first play that happens to you. I also heard that Kirby Joseph got injured, and if that happened, then crap again. They kicked off, by the way, and Miami's announcing their offense. They're historically great offense, apparently. They didn't have Jerry Jacobs, who was an leader in interceptions. He got injured, like it tweaked his knee on Friday or Saturday, the day before, and he was a late scratch. So lots of injuries with Lions, and I don't try to make the injury excuse with Lions because you remember the announcer after the Thursday night football game against the Chiefs where it's like, oh, they deserved an asterisk because Kelsey was injured or whatever. If that were true, then every team would get an asterisk for every injury that they have, blah, 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 blah. So no more of this asterisk talk. They're zooming in on Dolphins coach's face. I wanted to say Sirianni, but no, it's the other guy. All right. Tua, hands off. Oh, fake handoff to somebody else. Jalen Waddle got the handoff, and he gained some yards and went out of bounds there. That one tricked me. That was like a jet sweep-ish type of play. They're talking about Tua's stats, how he's ranking first and everything. I knew Tua was going to be really, really good once he was done dealing with concussions and all that. Like, he would have been that good last year if all the concussion stuff didn't happen too. And everybody kind of forgot about them in the preseason. Everyone was talking about the Bills and the Jets with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, there's a big pass, complete. First down and more toward the 50. Tyreek Hill. This is going to be a very good game. The Eagles and Dolphins, two of the top teams. Whoa, the Eagles logo looks different on the field. So they did a pitch to Mostert, and he got met immediately in the backfield, and it was a tackle for loss by Reddick. Reddick had the tackle for loss, and that nothing happened there. Tua's dropping back, dumps off to Tyreek Hill. No gain on the play, goes out of bounds. Announcing the Eagles defense. Jordan Davis is 90. N'Kobe Dean is 17. Those are the names I remember from the draft. Ooh, Darius Slay, former Lion. I did not see Jalen Carter. So I don't know if he's a rotational guy or what's going on with him, but so Darius Slay was a former Lion. Had some good years for us. Unfortunately, though, he and former head coach Matt Patricia had a lot of beef, and he had his agent ring up his contract, so they traded him out. So can't say I blame Slay for that, and that was just how bad that regime was. So there's an injury on the field. I can't tell who it is, though. They're not saying Jalen Carter is the injured player, is it? No, it's a Dolphins player. Number 77. Isaiah Wynn, guard. Looks like the Dolphins are about to punt it. Oh, even the Eagles logo on the graphic looks different. So I guess the Eagles have the slight advantage right now. Showing a statue of Rocky, and as they transition into the break. All right. So running is something I want to get back into. Writing short stories and books is something I want to get back into. And then earlier this year, I tried to start an online business where I made WordPress websites for small business and startups. And that I kind of want to get back into. So for whatever reason, I gravitated toward NFL YouTubing. But, life is too short not to try, other things as best I can. And maybe this is just me and just watching the movie Yes Man, but I think I might be doing a little bit more of that. I'll continue to live stream this game. I'll live stream the Lions and Raiders game for Monday Football next week, and then the week after, Titans and Saints or something like that. And the Lions will be on a bye week for that week, and then that'll be a good window of opportunity to try to do some of those hobbies. While on break from at work on my weekend job, I saw like the very beginning of a movie. I guess it came out probably like half a decade or so ago. It's called Central Intelligence, and I guess it starred Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Kevin Hart. But I saw the beginning of that movie for the first time, and it was like The Rock's teenage version of his character is like a 400-pound high school kid who's like dancing in the shower naked, and like the bullies are like gawking and being voyeurs from afar and admiring his dance skills, and then they decide to go and grab him and throw him out in the middle of an assembly while Kevin Hart's teenage character was doing bat flips and he was like Mr. Popular and everything, and everyone's laughing at the naked fat kid, and then Kevin Hart's character takes off his letter jacket that has all of his high school accomplishments. Like, here you go, and does a nice gesture for him. And then 20 years later, I guess Kevin Hart's miserable as an accountant, and then that's where I saw it. But then I saw the trailer and realized what the movie was about. Like that teenage fat kid turned into Dwayne The Rock Johnson, where he became a CIA agent. So I almost rented that movie over the weekend, but apparently I'd like to rent them on YouTube and that sort of stuff. I don't have Netflix right now or anything like that, but I just only had the buy only option, so I did not do that. Still, though, it was really disturbing that something like that would happen, and I'm sure it's just kind of her shocking comedic effect for that movie. But man, oh man. We're talking about DeAndre Swift. He has 91 rushing yards, 472 yards, or 91 rushes. He had a monster game, I guess, Thursday Night Football against the Vikings way back in week 2, which I missed. Oh, Hurts attempted a pass and it was batted away. I keep forgetting Miami has a really formidable defense also. Oh, rejection. Was that a blitzing linebacker? Oh, Hurts fumbled it. The Dolphins recovered it. Hurts was trying to weave around the pocket around him because there were blockers all around trying to get to him, and then it finally got swatted out of his hands or something, and it's a turnover, a fumble. You thought he was going to escape for a second, but then he didn't. Hurts did have like 3 interceptions in the last game against the Jets, and they lost to the Jets because of it. Showing the replay. Trying to shuffle around, and then like, nope, 3 Dolphins players all of a sudden. And he tries to go forward, and ball comes out. Bradley Chubb, they're saying, is the one who did it. But Dolphins ball again on the 23-yard line of the other side. So they're in good position. Hand off to Waddle, trying to go around, out of bounds, gains of 3 yards, 4 yards. It was like a fake handoff to Mostert, but Waddle came around the other side on the jet sweep, and that was the play. Whoa! Pitch in the backfield, and then Reddick meets him again in the backfield. That was like a caught, bam, he's down type of play. Where are we at? 3rd and 9 at the 23-yard line. Tua drops back, passes caught, first down and more at the 6-yard line. Waddle catches it. Shut up, announcer. Terrible rock combination. Distracted Darius Slade just long enough to get it out there. I guess mission accomplished, though. Up the middle, nowhere to go. Oh, he didn't finish the tackle. Tua passes the hill, and he's trying to do. Goes out of bounds. Lost yards on that play there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Third and goal. Tua is about to try to do something. Pass, caught, touchdown. Tyreek Hill. But there's a flag on the play. With 1:06 to go in the first quarter. Holding on offense number 66. L. Cotton. Well, then, that was rather inconvenient for them. That's got to be a tough pill to swallow. I still kind of remember that moment in the Lions game when St. Brown slammed the football on the ground after he had a key first down pass, which was brought back because of a holding penalty by Penei Sewell. All right. Oh, incomplete there. Now it's 4th and goal. I just take the points, go kick the field goal. Hurts on the sideline in a huge coat. Probably looks super warm. Jason Sanders is the kicker from 40 yards out. Why is it 40 yards out? I thought they were 1st and goal or 2nd and goal. Must have been the penalties. But anyways, the kick is up and good, and we have a tied game. 3 apiece. With 59 seconds to go in the first quarter. All right. I've been looking at my analytics a lot lately, and I figured out how to put the video I want at the top of my YouTube channel page thing, and I just put the one up there that's just making the most, getting by far the most views, and that's the one where Tom Grassi raids me while I eat a cheeseburger, the one I edited and made up there, and that's up to 7,000 views, where the next best couple ones are 600, 400, 200, so on and so forth. And thinking about doing a poll on there, pretty much asking why are you watching this video? And just being is it because it's funny? Is it because the title has the name Tom Grassi in it? Or is it because I put it as that top video on my YouTube channel page, or another reason? Just to kind of get an idea for it. But I think it's a combination of all three. Now, even when I don't have it at the as the top video there, it's still getting quite a bit of clicks and views. And that was really the main raid I was going for, but I guess I tried other raid baits, but I kind of defeated the purpose at that point because I thought it was going to take me forever to try to get him to raid me, but it turned out I was his very first raid of this NFL season. So all right, just about back. Oh no, I dropped one. All right, anyway. What would be a good book or a short story to write about? Something with teenage rebellion and exploring the outdoors, rebelling against the idea of capitalism. Something those types would want to read. Kickoff is off, and he makes it all the way to the 40-yard line. Not bad. Not bad. Back to Jalen Hurts. His fumble resulted in 3 points. Yeah, the turnovers are what are costing the Eagles so far, and they're just now talking about that. First and 10, hands off to Swift, and he's getting through, gains about 7 yards there. Clock is still running, down to 40 seconds. Second and 3. Hurts and shotgun. A lot of people are on that new Eagle logo on the field. Hurts gets the snap, fires down the middle, first down and more. Right on the edge of the Eagle wing to Devonta Smith. I haven't heard a whole lot about the other star Eagles receiver that they have. I don't know if he's injured or not. He's the one that they traded for with the Titans, and then the Titans general manager got fired because of the trade after that wide receiver lit him up last year. I'm trying to blank on his name, though. I have some leftover cupcakes over here, which were from work. Oh, I dropped some of it. Yep, a commercial break, and I'm taking some bites out of a cupcake. So that's what's happening right now. I see one person viewing, and now they're gone. I scared them away. And we're back. And I'm seeing cheerleaders with Special Olympics gold medalist, wheelchair basketball. Hurst dumps off and is getting a few yards there. Number 80 something. I don't know who that guy is. Dallas Goddard. Wow, Nick Sirianni. I've seen him now. He looks kind of a lot like Aaron Rodgers. I thought he was kind of nerdier, kind of like the Dolphins head coach. I'm sure they both have the same type of brain, but yeah. Anyway, 2nd and 6. Ball on the 42. Yeah, 42 for the Eagles. Hurts fakes the pass. Caught, tackled right in front of the yellow line. So 3rd down now. Third and 1. Hurts in shotgun. Hands it off. And he does not get it. So it'll be 4th down. Handed it to Gainwell. Oh, they're just speculating we might get the 4th down tush push that the Eagle. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Do. And it looks like it worked, but there's flags on the play. That tush push, are they going to legalize it or illegalize it? Oh, that Dolphins' hand is like right where the ball is on the neutral zone. False by both teams. Offense, defense. Offsides on offense. Penalties offset, 4th down. All right, we're going to try it again. So the ref screwed up on the offense part because that other hand for the offense was the center's, and he's allowed to do that, the analyst is saying. They're trying the tush push again, and it looks like they got it. Is the NFL going to make it illegal? They have not yet. And other teams are trying to perfect it. I have not seen the Lions try it yet. I don't think they intend to. They probably have too much pride to try somebody else's play. Because they already do a good job of blocking on their own and passing and all that on most plays anyway, and their own trick plays. Hurst dropping back to pass. Goes deep out of bounds. Incomplete. Hurts gets the snap. Oh! He tried to check down it, and it was batted away, and there's flags. A lot going on right now. Roughing the passer on defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic. First down. I remember Hutchinson got that same penalty earlier when trying to sack Lamar Jackson. And then on the next play, he recovered a fumble from Lamar Jackson. So just because I guess he tackled him so low or something. Yeah, like the Ravens could be a Super Bowl team if they just like stayed healthy one of these years, but they never do. Yeah, Swift goes nowhere on that one. And I'm not surprised to see that Swift has stayed healthy so far into this season just because he's not playing on that old Ford Field turf that tends to get everybody healthy and unhealthy and injured or whatever. But they replaced it over this offseason, so from what I'm hearing, it's really improved for Ford Field. That being said, there's still injuries happening at Ford Field, and there's this movement from the players to try to get grass. Oh, that's a pitch, and that's a touchdown to Goddard. Spikes it, headbutts his teammates. That was a quick pass to him, and he had good blocking, and he got a touchdown there. But the owners don't want to do too much of the grass because it's more expensive to maintain. You have to hire gardeners and or whatever they are to maintain it. That costs money. The Eagles pretty much are what the Lions were trying to build these last few years. The Eagles were kind of rebuilding when the Lions were, but the Eagles, I think, were just a step or two ahead of them. And the Lions are a good team now. They lost really bad today, but they'll bounce back. They'll get the people who are injured for them. They'll come back soon. It was the same story last year because Swift was injured and out for a bit. Amon-Ra St. Brown was injured and out for a bit, among other players, I believe. But those were the main two, and that had an effect on the Lions games for a little while. But then everybody got healthy, and then everyone started clicking, and then, they'll continue to play games. And I also think the most difficult opponents are behind the Lions at this point now. The Chiefs and the Ravens specifically. And then and the Seahawks too. They were a tough team. And then the only teams I can think of down the road that are going to be tough for the Lions, probably the Chargers and the Cowboys. Because Minnesota doesn't look like they're doing much. Chicago doesn't look like they're doing much, although they did win today. There's another game against Green Bay. They lost to Denver today, so I think that tells you everything you need to know about that team. Who else do they still need to play? The Raiders, they're a bad team, but they lost to the Bears today. No, wait, did they? Yeah, they did. They beat the Packers, but they lost to the Bears, and they beat the Patriots, I think. They're one of those weird bad teams, but I think the Lions should be able to take care of business with them. They only have like two good players. Who else? Trying to think really hard. The AFC West has the Chiefs. They already played them. The Broncos. That should be an easy win for them. And then I predicted that the Broncos would be really good once they benched Russell Wilson, and then they would eat up the Lions. But based on the way they're playing, I don't see that happening. The Broncos would be another easy opponent. I said the Raiders already. And then the Chargers, they'll be a tough opponent. I already played the Chiefs. Who's in the NFC South still? Okay, the Saints, I watched them on Thursday Night Football. They did not look like a good team. They look like they have some infighting and some inner cliques. And then the Falcons, they already played and won against. I went to that game. The Panthers, they already played and destroyed. And the Bucks, we've already played and we won. And then the Ravens are out of the way. So, yeah, it should be a relatively easy schedule for the Lions. And even when they play the Cowboys, it's so late into the season that one or two of those teams, or both of them, will probably have clinched playoff spots or divisions, and they'll be resting their players in that point. So that game, all sorts of possibilities could happen. I am highly considering. Oh, a kickoff is going on. I'm highly considering buying a ticket to go to the Lions and Vikings game, but I want to save my money for something else too. Sweat is in the quad injury locker room. -8 rush yards in the first quarter, fewest in any quarter since 2013. Yeah, the Dolphins, they were doing good with the running game, but until now. Anyway, Tua passes it incomplete. It was actually Bradbury looked like he intercepted it, but he caught it out of bounds. Tua drop back passes incomplete. Darius Slay was trying to get it, but he didn't. I almost forgot Matt Patricia's on the Eagles staff this year. What a troll to Darius Slay. And Slay and the Eagles were negotiating contract concessions, and I guess Slay got it, so. Eagles have like over 100 yards, whereas the Dolphins have like 30-something yards. So the Eagles, I mean, obviously they're winning 10-3, so they look like they're in control of the game right now. But that punt just took place. I'm pretty tired, honestly. I'm having one of those human days, I guess. But I feel very zen about like my outside life stuff, as I said before. And even though football's going on, I haven't been thinking too much about it. Like, this is just a hobby for me, like YouTubing about football. Like, I'm not going to make any money out of it. And I didn't get a college education that is related to it. Well, actually, my minor, it's called Media Design Production Technology, and a few of those classes revolve around video editing. So it kind of does involve that, but that's about as far as that goes. Yeah, don't mind me while I contemplate my life right now. So, like in general, right now, I life is like really good. Like I have a lot of friends like at work right now, and in other places, and people are liking me, and that sort of stuff. So, I'm having a lot of good times, and I'm making and saving a lot of money. And I did a lot of that earlier in this year, and then I used it to do a life change, and now I'm saving my money again. So, but yeah, life is pretty good. I know. I'll check the box scores. Oh yeah, Belichick got his 300th career win. Good for him. That's probably the going to be the highlight of his season. Heck, if he gets fired and Ben Johnson continues to do a good enough job, he could probably go coach over there at the Patriots. If the Patriots get a new GM, that is. All right. Anyways, we're back. Hurts, shotgun, hands off to Swift. Loss of 1 yard, actually. The Dolphins seem to have a pretty good run stuffing defense. I think that was their main defensive strength, if I remember correctly. If I recall correctly. If you want to be successful in offense, your first step has to be to establish the run. That's what we all hear and is beaten to death. But of course, the flashy thing to do is to pass the ball. That's what gets the ratings on TV. But is it what wins championships? Uh-oh, A.J. Brown is slow to get up. That's the name of the receiver I was thinking of. A.J. Brown from earlier. Anyway, 1st and 10 at the 30. They hand off to Swift going up the middle again. Second and 7. Hurts and shotgun again. Swift on his right. Drops back to pass. Check down. Met immediately. Gains about 4 yards there. 5. To someone named Jones, number 80. Third and 4. I don't think Hurts will ever be under center, except if it's a tush push. Oh, under pressure now. Hurts is going to run it. He's going for it himself toward the sidelines. First gets the first down, goes out of bounds. There's a flag on the play. Van Ginkel. I heard that name. I was like, what? Who's Van Ginkel? Holding defense 33. Eli Apple. First and 10 at the 49 or 46. They give it to Kenneth Gainwell, who goes nowhere. Hurts passes. Caught. First down and more to Devonta Smith. Hands off to Gainwell again, getting blocking, gains about 1 yard there. Oh, that was wobbling. And Devonta Smith catches it anyway. That was a wobbled, deflected pass, and Smith caught it anyway. It'll be third down, though, but wow. He was about to get sacked and got rid of it. I'm on the Athletic. I'm looking at the NFL headlines. NFL Week 7 takeaways. Ravens look like real contenders. Chiefs D swarms Chargers. How Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce lifted the Chiefs to 6-1. Statement victory over Lions creates a vision for what the Ravens can be this season. Yep, lots of Ravens headlines. Patriots QB Mac Jones offers belief with game-winning drive and enormous upset of Bills. Oh, they're going for it. 4th and 3. Hurts is running around. He passes it, and it's caught. And he's got a touchdown. A.J. Brown touchdown. Wow, that was a bonkers play. That's a Patrick Mahomes type of play right there. Right when I was getting bored. Yes, thank you, Vector. Nice cut. Like I said, I like to go bald every now and then, so it's just the process of like shaving the head is something I really like. I won't go into much details, but like, yeah, some people are embarrassed by it. Like some people, it's cancer patients. Like me, I just hate having to spend money on shampoo if I don't have to, or haircuts. So now I can wait like another 2 months for my next haircut. So, oh, and I also got this in the mail. I intend to do more running at night, and this vest is going to come in handy for that. And I got it today, and I figured, why not wear it for the live stream? 1 or 2 people might appreciate that. And it came with these armbands, too, which is really cool. And I was yapping, and I missed why it wasn't a touchdown. Or he probably just didn't make it to the end zone. They're going to probably do the tush push to get a touchdown again here, I bet. Yep. Looking like it. 1 yard line. First and goal. Yep. Tush pushing. Looks like they're in. Refs confirm it. Touchdown Eagles. There we go now. The tush push. There's got to be a video out there with in-depth analysis on how the tush push works with the Eagles, and so that other teams can try to copy it. 32nd career rushing touchdown for Jalen Hurts. Ties Eagles record for Corby. Randall Cunningham. It's Jalen Hurts' 4th season already? Yeah, that would be right, because he was in the same draft as DeAndre Swift, which I remember specifically. They were both drafted in the 2nd round of that year, the COVID year. So normally it would be contract years for them. Hurts already has his contract extension, and I think Swift is kind of in a prove-it year with the Eagles. Swift had that monster game that put him among the league leaders in rushing, so now he can consistently have decent rushing game here and there. So far, Swift has 9 carries for 31 yards. Oh, I just see Vector said the word shocker. I'm assuming you're referring to the tush push that went for the touchdown. Yeah, no doubt. I wonder which NFL defense would have the best chance of stopping the tush push. Maybe the Ravens? I would have said the Lions, but their all-around team didn't do a good job today. Maybe the Eagles' own defense. That's probably how they get so good at it, because they practice against their own defense for that, at least in the preseason before it moves to practice squads. The Titans have a good defensive line. I think they do. The Chiefs have a couple of good players, but they're not like an all-around best defensive line. Definitely not the Bears or the Packers. 49ers, maybe. Put Nick Bosa in the mix there. Anyways, I'm thinking about possibly going to a Lions and Vikings game late in the season, but that's right around the time of the holidays. So would I want to do that? We'll see how much money I have saved at the time. Dolphins average 8 yards per play before this game, they say. 17-3 Miami. Eagles defense is keeping Miami's offense at bay so far. Miami's quote-unquote historically good offense. Mike McDaniels is the name of the head coach. Tua checks down to Tyreek Hill. He gains about 3 yards there. Tackled by Nakobe Dean. Remember how we all talked about him in the NFL draft? Every year there's that one player that gets hyped up, everyone talks about in the draft, who we as fans don't realize were medically red flagged. Oh, Jalen Waddle is questionable and is getting looked at, by the way. That'd be a big loss for the Dolphins. Anyways, every year in the NFL draft, there's always one player that's hyped up that always gets medical red flag that we're not aware of and we don't find out to the draft. 3 years ago, it was JOK, the linebacker who got drafted by the Browns from Notre Dame. 2 years ago, it was Nakobe Dean, who got drafted by the Eagles. This year, it was none other than Darnell Washington, who is somebody who I really would have liked if he was there. And the Lions did get in a good position from that, but they went with Sam Laporta, who I also really liked as well. And I was like, okay, they're fine with letting the Packers have Darnell Washington, but then they passed up on Darnell Washington to get Luke Musgrave, and then later on Tucker Kraft. And I'm like, why aren't people taking Darnell Washington? He must have a medical red flag. And turned out that's what was the case as he went to the Steelers late in the third round. And I think Nakobe Dean's was a concern with his heart. What the hell? They passed it to Cedric Wilson, who looked like he was going to pass it himself, but then he got tackled by Sweat. And there's a flag on the play. 2:28 to go in the first half, by the way. Oh, there's some shoving going on. Personal fouls by both teams. Penalties offset. Is there any real discipline for like that situation? Because like one player does something, the other player does something, and then it's like, oh, no real consequence because the penalty's offset. If I could just like bait them into doing something like that to get them a penalty without me getting caught doing a penalty, then I think I would do that. You know, it would be a smart move. Some might call it a dirty move, but I don't know. Where are we at? 3rd and 13 at the 25-yard line. Another flag before the snap. False start offense, 66. Cotton, that's another penalty for that guy. Tua's dropping back to pass. Goes deep-ish. Pass is caught. First down and more. Is that Tyreek Hill? Cedric Wilson. It was number 11. I thought it was 10 for a second. Wilson Jr. You guys remember last week when Tyreek Hill, he had that touchdown, and then he grabbed that phone and then did a backflip while filming himself for a selfie for it? He got penalized for it, but still, it was awesome. I'm surprised more people didn't talk about that in the news throughout the week. It was pre-planned with that guy who had the phone, but you know. Oh, man. There's a chance I might end this live stream early tonight. It's just, because of being tired and I got, stuff to try to do. Might wake up early in the morning to do it. I don't know yet. But I don't want to leave it early, and then in case this game gets really good later, because this game is supposed to be like an epic shootout between two of the top teams. But right now, the Eagles are in firm control of this game. I guess the Dolphins' weakness is elite defenses, like the Bills and like the Eagles. We shall see. Oh my gosh, I felt myself falling asleep there for a second. Man, oh man. Stop showing us the Taylor Swift stuff. Okay, once in a while, I guess you could talk about it, but like Taylor Nation is not corrupting the NFL games, as far as I can tell. So, except for like something like that, a Kansas City Chiefs highlight, fine. The dance with Mrs. Patrick Mahomes, not bad, not bad. Today, actually, I came across the YouTube clip of Taylor Swift from her SNL cameo or appearance from a couple weeks ago, introducing singers, and I was like, "Wait a minute, how did I not see this before?" I guess I knew she was on SNL, but I didn't know. I didn't see any clips of her until today, for whatever reason, that were popped up on my algorithm. Past the Tyreek Hill is good for first down and more. 106 left to go in the first half and counting. Another catch to Tyreek Hill. Where are they at? The 25. Tua gets sacked. Nolan Smith, rookie edge rusher. Jalen Carter's in that game also. It's a sack for Tua. And now it's third down, and someone is taking a timeout. Miami is their first timeout. Third and 8. 28-yard line. Tua takes the snap. Goes deepish with it. Caught. Tyreek Hill touchdown. Miami. There you go. The Dolphins are back in the game. And Tyreek Hill is like laying down in the end zone or something. Something. Another clever celebration. The extra point is up and good. 17-10 Eagles, but Miami answers back. To it, a cheetah, they say? His nickname is Cheetah? Huh. He's like a flopping fish, is his celebration. Interesting. Alabama, Georgia, national championship game overtime. Tua pass. And Alabama wins against Georgia. That was 2018. When they're showing a similar play here in the NFL tonight, which was that touchdown play they just did. I wonder who that wide receiver was from the college football clip. Oh, and Hurts gets sacked. Jalen Phillips. Huh. And now we are official one half of this game. Interviewing Mike McDaniel. God, this guy's so nerdy. How is he a head coach? Sorry. That was me to me. Maria Taylor. Now they're showing highlights of the day, and they're starting with Baltimore. Oh, no. And then the Bills. It's a preview thing. Lamar dismantles Detroit. God damn it. Why can't they just focus on like the Broncos and Packers or something? Because those teams aren't as good. Yeah, I know. Halftime. How about we read some of the box score statistics? Tua is 13 for 16, 129 yards, excuse me. One touchdown, no interceptions. Jalen Hurts is 12 for 15, 143 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. Miami rushing, Raheem Mostert is 3 carries for -8 yards. Philadelphia rushing, DeAndre Swift has 9 carries for 31 yards. Jalen Hurts, 5 carries for 9 yards and 1 touchdown. Miami receiving, Tyreek Hill, 8 receptions for 65 yards and 1 touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 2 receptions for 24 yards before he went in to get looked at. And Raheem Mostert, no, nothing. Philadelphia receiving, Dallas Goedert, 4 receptions, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown, 3 receptions, 47 yards. Devonta Smith, 3 receptions, 24 yards. Oh, and DeAndre Swift even has 1 reception for 2 yards. Jalen Hurts has a fumble that he lost. And then Christian Wilkins has a fumble recovery from that. Miami has 2 tackles for loss, while the Eagles have 6 tackles for loss. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. Oh, man. Here we go. I got to hear about the Ravens and the Lions again. Again, I'm feeling very zen today from other stuff, but oh no, starting with Chiefs and Chargers. What is this I keep hearing about National Tight Ends Day? Who is coming up with these things? Everything is a National something day. National Fridge Magnet Day. How about that? National Coffee Mug Day. When does it stop? It's nothing more than a PR gimmick people invented. as an excuse for social media posts. Oh, here's the Lions and Ravens. They have a timer on how long he kept the ball before he passed a touchdown. 9.8 while he scrambled around. Hutchinson trying to grab him. I remember, yeah. Steelers and Rams. TJ Watt gets an interception, almost a pick six. They beat the Rams. Okay, good to know. Browns and Colts, I heard this one was epic. The fact that the Browns, oh wow, they did win. They won by 1 point. But the fact that they had to win by 1 point in a shootout against the Colts, I think that might drop them in my power rankings. The Bills are not going to be in it anyway. I'm kind of waiting to see how this game plays out before I start thinking about my power rankings. We're talking about Josh Allen and how the Patriots beat the Bills today. The Patriots, at this point, people are thinking are one of the worst teams of the season. $66 plays he ran. What is it with that number 66? What is Emperor Palpatine gonna order the clones to kill the Jedi on the football field? Wow. The Chicago Bears backup quarterback got the game ball. Tyson Bagant. Very tattooed up on his chest. Okay, that's got to be embarrassing for the Raiders that they lost to a very first time rookie quarterback signed as an undrafted free agent. I just now realized that. I forgot Hurts was injured and out. Oh, man. What a Raiders way to lose. Tyreek Hill looks like a flopping fish on that touchdown celebration. I think I said that before. Is that you, Tom? Shut up, Peyton Manning. I don't care about Paris. Guys, I don't think I'm feeling all that great. I think I'm going to end this stream early tonight, but you know, good luck to both these teams, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Till then, go Lions on Pride.